Episode 2 of the Ice Coast Podcast.
Yeah, welcome back, everybody.
Yeah, a little bit of a hiatus.
Hiatus,
but that's
indeed.
okay. You know, sometimes you gotta recuperate.
Yeah.
Regroup.
Yeah. Go to
Yeah.
the beach.
That's true. I was at the beach actually.
In not November, it was October still. But
Late October. It felt, well, I don't want to say it felt like November because it was in North Carolina
Right.
and it was actually quite pleasant.
Right.
But the morning was cool.
Do you think you could have gotten a suntan?
Sure.
You
I think you can get a suntan any time of the year.
I can't. I mean, I am pretty pale, but I require a little bit of a higher angle.
Well, I think for both of us, we require a higher angle and extreme consistency
Sure.
in duration.
Yeah, it's true.
Because if I'm out for a long time, my tint turns slightly darker. But other than that, that's as good as it gets.
Yeah. You gotta be careful. You don't want to turn to toast with all those UV rays.
Well,
Jackson.
so I was in Cape Cod back in June, and I was at this surf shop to buy not surfing material, but just towels and stuff. And the dude behind the counter had the craziest tan I've ever seen in my life.
Was he like leather?
Yeah, he looked like leather.
Oh my goodness.
And he was definitely a surfer.
Yeah.
But I was like, I could never.
Yeah.
Not me.
I don't think going to North Carolina in October will do me any good. But
No,
you don't want to be in the sun anyway. That's not good, Jackson.
that's true.
You gotta stay safe. There's no sun to worry about while skiing, although some people do get burnt.
That's true. They tell you to put sunscreen on.
Yeah.
I have gotten burnt, actually.
You've gotten burnt skiing.
Yeah, do you ever get burnt around the eyes? You don't get like raccoon eyes or whatever?
Not from skiing, no.
Seriously.
Seriously.
I don't know.
Is it sunburn or is it windburn?
Well, I think what it actually is, some of it might be sunburn on a bluebird day, but I think a lot of it is the solar insulation
Yeah.
reflects off the snow
You know what that's
and
called?
then beams back up.
This is my favorite word from high school.
Yeah?
Yeah. Albedo.
Yep.
Yeah.
Albedo. You nailed it.
Mr. Smith, if you're watching,
Yep.
albedo.
The albedo is high.
Yeah.
And so even if it's not super sunny outside, you can still get a sunburn.
Yeah, no, I do believe that. My skin isn't that. I am a sensitive man, but not that sensitive. You're just very sensitive, Jackson.
I'm like a vampire. I'm serious. You know,
No, yeah.
if I don't put sunscreen on, I will
While
burn.
skiing?
Yeah, on my face. Well, it depends on the day. If it's a cloudy day, it might be okay. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying in general, if I go out in the sun,
I don't think I've ever put sunscreen on after September.
really.
Really even August, because by that time I'm usually pretty tan, and I'm not going to get burnt when I'm tan. You can still get skin cancer. It's not going to protect you from skin cancer, but to protect from the sunburn, once I get that base layer of tanness, I'm usually pretty good.
Yeah, there's a max for you.
There
It
is.
it caps off.
Yeah, and this summer I don't think I really reached the max because I just spent a lot of time inside with the baby. But yeah, normally by the summer solstice I'm pretty there. But yeah, I've never had to worry about while skiing. I've gone skiing. What's the latest you've gone skiing?
You wear the latest I've gone skiing.
Yeah,
Probably late March.
yeah. So you can definitely get burnt then.
You can, but you wear like a balaclava when you go skiing.
Yeah, I'm cold.
So that's the reason. I don't wear any
Yeah.
of that. I just have my face out
You work too hard.
into the breeze, man.
You work way too hard, Jackson.
Look, all natural.
Yeah, that's
All
true. I just don't ski hard enough. I think we'll probably talk about that with this topic, but I have to dress. I don't produce a lot of body heat
It's not about comfort. It's about the thrill.
and the performance.
You do it for the love of the game.
It's true,
as,
Jackson.
As the kids say these days.
But as you can see, I'm not an athlete, and I never.
well, none of us.
Well, you're a bit more athletic than me, Jackson. I've seen you go skiing before. You've taken me down those moguls by accident.
It's look. I'm just trying to get you
Well seasoned.
on my level.
Yeah,
You know.
that's going to take a lot of work, Jackson.
Look.
I don't think I'll ever get there.
You can achieve anything that you want to, Michael.
Yeah, that was my high school quote. Was you can achieve anything, put your mind to it, or something like that. It was
Exactly.
like printed everywhere.
So if you want to ski moguls, you can.
Yeah, well, how's your knee, Jackson?
It's good. It's fine.
Okay, good. I can say I haven't hurt my knee while skiing.
That's good. Yes, yes.
I don't think it's real wood either.
That's all right. It's definitely not real wood. Let's get this guy secured. There we go.
What
Good
are
to
our
go.
topics today, Jackson? Let's get this show on the road.
Absolutely.
Wow,
Well,
Jackson, this is
that's-
quite the intro.
It
Talking
is.
about sunscreen in the summertime. Nothing to do with skiing, by the way.
It doesn't have to be about skiing, you know.
Well, can we talk about cutting the grass sometime?
How is your life going?
Great. We got
Okay.
a lot of rain. I got nearly 3 inches of rain, Jackson. Yeah.
We set a record in Harrisburg.
I saw that. Did they break 2 inches though? It was like 1.8.
No, 1.87.
Yeah.
The previous record was 1.39, and that was in 1917 that they set that record.
Like that's not a lot. That's not a ton of rain. But for a daily record, that's pretty good.
I was honestly not expecting that outcome. I was thinking around an inch
Right.
is the total we were going to get, but sometimes you get that training going on, and it works
certainly
out.
was, yeah. There certainly was training because I live probably about less than 10 miles from the airport, and we got almost double that. You know, almost double what the airport got. Almost 3 inches of rain at my place. But I filled in for you Saturday morning, which was at that point 5 days before the rain, or 4 days before the rain started. And yeah, the models that morning came into agreement.
Yep.
And that's when I figured, okay, I think 1 to 2 inches is probably a safe bet. But that early, you don't want to get people's hopes up. So you just kind of say half an inch to maybe an inch and a half.
Well, and you never know with the pattern that we've been in with relatively dry air.
Yep.
How much in how much of that is going to evaporate out.
Yeah, drought begets drought, Jackson.
So this was good for us.
Yeah. You know what I didn't notice, though, was the drought map. It's updated every Tuesday, but it gets released on Thursday. So
Is it really updated on Tuesday?
Yes.
I thought it was on Thursday they do the update.
I believe it comes out on Thursday.
Okay.
But I believe it's with data from up until Tuesday.
Oh,
So
okay.
if you pull up this week's drought monitor, it probably got worse, even though we got 2 to 3 inches of rain.
I never even considered that, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
So next week will be much better.
There's probably going to be a reduction in moderate drought.
Yep.
Maybe an increase in abnormally dry.
I mean, keep in mind it's not a terrible drought that we're in.
Yeah.
But it's been so dry for the past few months that it has slowly crept kind of back in. And if we had kind of let it play out without this rain chance, it probably would have gotten worse.
It's really been dry for years, Jackson. I mean, really since you came here, we've had dry summer after dry summer, and that just adds up.
Look, it's not my fault, guys. Not my fault.
Jackson,
I'm just kidding.
You're too dry.
I am.
Well, you have to moisten up.
My
a little
personality is actually pretty dry, so maybe I did have something to do with it.
That
Who
could
knows?
be, yeah. So that's all I have to report, Jackson.
Okay.
I'm glad
Just
we
wanted
got.
to check in on you, make sure you're doing well.
Glad we got some rain. Are you doing okay?
I'm okay, Michael.
I'm glad.
I'm doing well. My knee is solid as a rock, as far as I can tell.
I will ask every week that we're here how your knee is doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's. I think I could put skis on and ski right now.
Okay.
If we had a hill around here.
And some snow.
New Jersey, they have that little indoor hill.
Really?
Yeah. You ever heard about that?
No.
What is it? Mall USA Mall USA.
That's in New Jersey?
Yeah, you know that mega mall that's like by
Isn't it
Newark. It's by New. Isn't it by Newark?
I thought it's in Minnesota.
There might be two.
Mall of America?
Mall of America is in New Jersey, isn't it?
I thought that's in Minnesota, Jackson.
I don't know. Okay, there's this anyway. There's a giant mall in New Jersey.
Okay.
And there's an indoor ski hill there. I always think about going there.
Yeah. You know what that reminds me of? It reminds me of those at like Hershey Park, the outdoor surfing, where it's like a stationary. You're on a hill, but the water shoots up the hill, so you just like.
However you can get your kicks in, Michael.
Yeah.
You know, there are some extreme.
I'm not into skiing enough to do indoor skiing. I don't, because I don't do it for the sport, Jackson. I do it to enjoy the outdoors.
That's true. That's true.
I'm not like I don't try to peak my performance.
So it's two things for you. It's not just the activity. It's the experience.
It is, yeah. It's being outside, and it's like doing it with my wife. Like we just go out and have fun. We don't have to like ski the double blacks to have fun.
No, you have to, Michael.
I know you've tried to. You tried to get me on those.
It's not real if you don't ski a double black.
I've skied some blacks down at Liberty. Have we gone to Liberty together? You met me
do you
down there,
remember?
yeah.
I went down the double black, and you're like, "Tell me how it is."
Yeah.
And
how
then
was it?
It was fine.
Okay.
It's that one. The drop is steep, but it's really not that bad.
Yeah, it's just straight down.
It's a very short vertical.
Right.
So once you get down to the bottom, it just kind of levels out, and it's like a blue again.
I really like Liberty.
Yeah.
I think that's a great mountain.
Out of the 4 resorts around here, I've only tried 3 of them that are in the Epic Pass.
Right.
You know, It's probably my favorite.
Liberty is, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably my favorite.
Yeah, I end up doing round top more often just due
I like
to
round top too. I'm a big fan of round top.
the proximity. It's just so much closer.
You go to the top of Liberty, and
Oh, yeah.
there's something beautiful about the fact that it's like a mountain.
Yep.
And then you're just looking over all this farmland
Yep.
from the top.
Yeah.
It's a really pretty thing to look at.
Yeah, it's really nice, and I like the fact that when you're up top, you have multiple slopes to choose from.
Exactly.
You go to round top, you take a lift up, and you just have that hill. You don't have
True.
you don't have as
You don't have another side of the mountain.
right. There's only
Yeah.
one side of the mountain. I love the front and the back side down at Liberty. I tend to hang out on the back side a lot.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Front side is like for
Tricks.
a lot of kids.
Yeah.
The terrain parks are there.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to get down there, Jackson. I
have
really,
to.
Yeah, I really
I haven't been
enjoy
to
that.
Liberty in
But that
2
wa-
years.
It wasn't last year. That was 2 years ago.
I didn't go in the 2024-25 season. I went the 23-24
Okay.
season.
Yeah.
So I definitely need to go back.
Yeah. It's a very nice location.
It is. All right. Enough said.
Yeah. Let's get
First
right
topic
into it.
of the day.
Yeah.
This is an article from Ski Mag,
Yeah. Ski Mag. got it.
popular magazine for
you-
winter sports lovers.
Are you a subscriber?
I'm not a subscriber, but I like to look around, see what's going on. They had a gear review list,
Yes.
which
Those are
when-
so popular.
They are. Well, so when I got into skiing, I used gear review lists
Right.
a lot because I was like, all right, what is the best gear that I can possibly get? Which is kind of a bad way to start a hobby.
Right.
Because if it doesn't stick, you're
Right.
wasting all your money. Thankfully for me, it did. But anyways, they came out with this gear list or gear review, best men's ski jackets.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
At a glance, it's not so much about the list for me, but I wanted to get your thoughts because some people are very particular
Right.
about the gear that they wear.
Right.
And I'm just looking at this list right now by Ski Mag, and you've got all sorts of jackets that range from the $700 price tag all the way down to around $250.
Still
A
expensive.
little bit more than that, yeah.
Yeah.
Several $100. But you've got different types of ski jackets. So you've got just like ordinary, you've got quote unquote resort jackets.
I wanted to ask you about that.
What, resort jackets?
Yeah.
Resort jackets, you have backcountry shell jackets,
Right.
right? There's one called Most Luxurious. I don't even know what that means. It must have a lot of features.
It's a jacket.
Best for slack country.
Okay.
That must be, I don't even, bargain. Best shell for skinning. Best shell for storm skiing.
Okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
all these categories.
Right.
And what I got to ask you, Michael, is for me, buying a ski jacket is, for me, it is about the functionality, but is a lot more about the aesthetic. And
Really, Jackson.
how it looks.
Do you ski or snowboard?
I ski.
Rhetorical question.
What, you think skiers wear anything?
Well, no, I think snowboarders are the ones who really want to look cool.
Okay, but I'm not doing it to like look. Look. Okay.
Look. Now look.
Look, Michael. Okay. All I'm saying is, it has to be functional, obviously.
Correct.
And so it has to work well. It's got to keep me warm. It's got to keep me dry.
Okay,
But
get
at the
to
end
the aesthetics. Yeah.
Okay. At the end of the day, you also want to look good when you're going down the slope. You don't want to look like a goober. Like wearing like a puff jacket that you got from REI, and you're like, this is going to be my ski. I'm just
Keep going. Keep going. You're digging yourself a hole, Jackson.
I'm not digging any hole. Look, I'm just saying, like,
Okay.
don't you want to look good when you're going down the slope? I'm not saying that's the reason.
Yeah,
but
that's not your priority.
I'm just saying, but you dress yourself when you go out into society, right, on your everyday,
Yeah, I see what you're wearing.
okay?
Yeah.
You dress yourself when you go to work. You should be dressing yourself when you go out on the slopes,
Okay.
That's my personal opinion.
Yeah.
You don't gotta wear like anything crazy. I'm just saying.
Yeah. So would
You know?
would you spend more money for something that looks cooler, even if it's the exact same function as a cheaper jacket?
It would depend.
Jacket A and Jacket B, Jackson. There's a 100% price difference between the two of them.
What do they look like? That's my question.
Right. So if one and they serve the exact same function, everything about them's the same, but the way they look. Would you pay the premium for the
Well,
cooler
so
jacket.
here's the thing, Michael. When I first got into skiing, I was not nearly as concerned about something like that because I didn't have a lot of money. So I was just like, I need a ski jacket.
Yeah,
Whatever works, as long as it's a ski jacket.
yeah,
Now that I've been in this hobby for a few years, I am more of the opinion that, all right, well, if I'm going to be doing this thing long term, I want nice gear.
yeah.
And obviously, when you pick good gear, you are going to pick, they have all sorts of different colors. You're going to pick the color that you like.
Right.
I'm just saying that
Yeah,
that's part of it.
I get what you're saying,
I'm not going to
Jackson.
just pick anything.
I get what you're saying, and I think what you did was smart. I think if you start with a jacket that's much more affordable, you get out there and then you realize what you actually need.
Yeah.
You don't know what you need until you're out there doing it. And I think if you are simply buying your first jacket based on the way it looks, you could be in for a surprise when
Well,
it's way too hot or way too cold,
right. Well, so
or not waterproof.
exactly. So, I mean, what I would always recommend is I always get something with Gore-Tex
100%.
because waterproofing is so important.
Yeah.
I went skiing in Maine a little over a year, probably a year and a half ago,
Right.
back in March, and it rained the entire time, all day.
Right. And you stay dry.
No.
Oh.
So the ski jacket I had at the time, the waterproofing must have been wearing out because eventually it soaked through the jacket.
Yeah.
It rained so much,
Yeah.
and I was soggy the entire
That's
time.
miserable.
I still had a good time, but it was definitely one of the less comfortable experiences I've
Yeah.
ever had. So making sure that you have a jacket like that, super important because sometimes, especially on the East Coast,
Yeah.
you're gonna have rainy days.
Right.
Not so much if you go to Colorado, but
Right. Or if they're making snow too. Like if they're making snow and you're skiing into it, you can get wet even if it's below freezing just because you're producing body heat. But
exactly.
yeah, Gore-Tex is very important. I would go for the actual Gore-Tex because there's water-resistant jackets. Those are never as good as Gore-Tex. They
No.
never perform as well. And one thing I looked at when I bought my jacket, or my jackets, I have a ski jacket, but like my winter jacket too, is you have to make sure that that material covers the zipper. So like if your zipper is just metal, that's a entry point for wind and rain and everything. So my zippers are all coated in like this plastic kind of thing.
I think the zippers are plastic, aren't they, in a lot of ski jackets?
They might be, right. They
Yeah.
might even be metal. So they've got this coating on it, so they seal very tightly, which is very good. And then I always make sure there's a flap that goes over it.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree with you that you should maybe get a nicer jacket once you're committed to it. I just wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't think I would prioritize the way it looks as high as you would. My current jacket is. I got it at the local ski store. I think it may have even been on sale at the time. It's an insulated jacket. I know we're gonna get into that.
Yeah.
This
is a whole can of worms
Yeah.
that we're opening, by the way, because there's a lot of different aspects that we got to discuss.
Yeah, I cannot function on just a shell.
Okay.
I need. This is a double-edged sword though because if it's too thick, it's constrictive. And
Oh,
everything.
you're talking about you got a jacket and then you got the zip-on attachment.
Either zip-on or so either a shell with the attachment or just it in it. And I'm never worm skiing. I've never
Seriously?
been worm skiing.
Even with an insulated jacket?
Even with an insulated jacket.
That's crazy.
And I usually wear up to 2 or 3 layers of long underwear.
Okay.
And then 1 or 2 puffers, my nano puff.
1 or 2 puffers.
1 or 2 nano
Oh my
puffs,
gosh.
and then my jacket.
That's crazy.
But if it's absurdly warm, of course I won't wear my jacket.
Yeah.
I'll just wear something that's waterproof on the outside if it's raining. But I've considered trying to do this shell thing again, but it's layering is a science. You can't just go out there and put on whatever you think you want to wear. And thicker isn't always better.
Yeah.
Maybe you can speak about that.
Well, I always, it is a science, and I end up usually guesstimating because it is hard to tell how much is going to be enough. On a 30-degree day or below, especially, making sure that I have enough layers below the jacket
Right.
is probably the most important part because the jacket already does a pretty good job. I'd say.
Do you just wear a shell?
I think it's an insulated jacket.
Okay.
I can't remember what
Yeah.
the name of my ski jacket is,
Yeah.
but
I think mine's Obermeyer.
that's the brand.
I think so.
Mine is 686.
686. 67?
Yeah. 67. Yes.
Wow,
No kids
Jackson.
are watching this, so
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Yeah.
setting off
Setting them off. Yeah.
setting off a trend or something
Yeah.
like that. But no, the underlayer thing is definitely real.
Right.
On the coldest days, I might wear 2 bottom layers. Most days, I just wear long underwear
Right.
and my pants, and that's usually good enough for me. And then I will wear probably long underwear and like one or two maybe thermal shirts,
Right.
and then my jacket.
So Jackson, when I'm skiing down here in Pennsylvania, whether I'm staying at my house or if we're down in Gettysburg going to Liberty, staying at the cabin, we have weather stations at both locations. First thing I do when I get up is I check the temperature.
Okay.
Because what I've done was I don't write it down and just keep it up here, but I know how many layers to put on based on the temperature.
Oh, really?
And the good thing about that is around here, if you go up to Round Top, the temperature doesn't change much.
No.
It may be 5 degrees colder.
Yeah.
But you go to these tall mountains out west or even in
True.
the northeast, it can be freezing at the surface, but you go up to the top of the mountain, it can be below zero. There can be huge.
It might be snowing up top too.
Correct. It can be a huge temperature swing. And that is always the hardest thing to plan for. Like when we were at Stowe, right?
Yeah.
You were down at the bottom and it could be raining. You go up to the top, it could be snowing.
Exactly.
And you have to be prepared for both.
Yep.
I tend to err on the warmer side because, like I
Okay.
said, I don't really work as hard as you do until you take me on the moguls.
It's all part of the experience.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. But I am considering a nicer jacket.
Okay.
So I've had this one now for coming up on 5 years.
You said it was Polar something?
Obermeyer.
Obermeyer? I've never heard of it
Yeah.
personally.
They sell a lot of it at the local ski shop in Mechanicsburg.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the pants, I think maybe the same or maybe North Face, I don't know.
North
But
Face?
they're insulated too.
They are ski pants though.
They are ski pants and they are insulated.
Some people don't wear ski pants. They'll
Yeah.
wear like jeans.
Yeah. I can
something.
never. I can never do that.
Yeah.
But you mentioned about the waterproofing, Jackson, and I think when your clothes get dirty, the waterproofness kind of dwindles.
Yeah.
So I've noticed my pants, they get dirty from sitting on the ski lift and getting on the ground and whatnot. I try not to spend much time on the ground, but my ski pants don't seem to be as waterproof now at 4 or 5 years. So I think there's a shelf life
Well,
to these
yeah,
things.
there definitely is a shelf life, and I don't know if you've ever used this. Is it Nick Wax?
Oh,
ever
where
heard
you
of
put
that?
on it? Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I've never done it, but
So apparently that brings the waterproofing back. This is the first time I ever thought about it, but unless you put something out like that on,
right.
I definitely think it does wear down because the jacket I'm talking about that got soaked through, I got it back in 2020,
Okay.
and it was 4 years later
Yeah.
that it was not.
That's not terrible. I mean, 4 years, I would hope my all my gear lasts at least 5 years.
Yeah,
So that's not terrible.
it isn't, but
If I can make a jacket work for 5 seasons, I'd be happy.
well, and let me put it this way: it's not that the waterproofing wasn't working,
Just
because in a snowy environment it's just fine.
right,
But when you get into a consistently rainy environment, it just overwhelms it.
right. And I think there's a limit too with how waterproof they actually are. Like you can't go underwater with these things.
Okay.
Yeah. What is a resort jacket, Jackson?
Well, I was waiting for you to ask the question. I honestly have no idea. But you know what? For the sake of research,
Use a traditional search.
I'm going to look at
Here's my thought.
what the best resort jacket is according to.
It's Patagonia and it's $500.
It's Patagonia. It is $500.
Yeah, I looked. I did my research,
Yep.
Jackson.
Yep. It is the Storm Shift men's jacket.
So
It is. I can't even. It looks like just a shell jacket.
I have my thoughts on what a resort jacket is, Jackson. I think a resort jacket, it's really difficult with your name.
Resort
I believe a resort jacket is from a premium brand like Patagonia, or what's the Helly Hansen, right?
Helly Hansen. People love Helly Hansen. People love the North Face.
Right. So I think it's from these kinds of brands, and I think it looks really cool, but I don't think it would work backcountry skiing. Is that a fair assessment from what you're seeing?
Yes. I mean, it just looks like a normal ski jacket. Um, I don't know. It doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing to me personally.
Okay.
But, you know, to each
Jackson has
his
higher
own.
taste.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. But it just resort jacket. I think the idea is that you're able to do any of the terrain on a ski resort
Right.
inbounds.
Right.
I think you're exactly right. Like
Yeah.
it's not built for backcountry skiing, but if you stay on the groomed slopes all day, you'll be
Yeah,
just
you'll be
fine.
fine. Yeah.
So
that's probably all you need in the Northeast, because how often are you really going?
But so here's a question I want to ask you, and I was thinking about this. Do we even need to have these different kinds of jackets? Because what is a backcountry ski jacket offering that I can't get with my regular?
Yeah. I think it's the law of diminishing returns. I think $300 gets you a very fine jacket. And then 300 to 500 might get incrementally better. And then 500, what was the highest one you found? 700?
Like 675 was
Right.
the editor's choice.
Of course.
No, 679
Oh,
was
an extra $4.
the best shell for skinning.
And it's
which
just
is
a shell.
It's just another backcountry skiing jacket,
Yeah.
by the way.
And it's just a shell.
Skinning, by the way, if you didn't know, it's when you put this like thing. It's called a skin. You put it on the bottom of your skis, and it allows you to like hike up the mountain on your
Right.
skis. It has like little traction bits on the bottom.
So you can get up. Yeah, I think then to go from 500 to that level, you probably get even smaller return on your investment. So I think you're right, Jackson. I think probably the most bang for your buck is probably in some of these lower to mid-range jackets.
Well, look, I'm not going to say that these jackets don't offer something because I'm looking at the it's the Solomon S-Lab Scrambler jacket is the best backcountry shell according to this review, and it has features that you wouldn't get on a normal resort jacket. It has more pockets,
Right.
which if you're going to be carrying more gear, so you're going to need more pockets. It comes with the hood is a little bit modified, so
Right.
it's better at like keeping the snow out and stuff like that. Because if you're backcountry, you're probably looking for powder. So not to say that these things don't offer, but in my personal opinion, I'm of the philosophy that you do less with more, more with less,
Correct.
not less with more.
Yeah, keep it simple.
More with less.
Yeah, keep it simple.
And
Yeah.
so I don't really see. I think you can get away without buying a backcountry
Yeah.
ski jacket.
Yeah.
But I wanted to get your thoughts because
Well, so my thoughts on this whole thing, Jackson, is what these editor reviews are. Like what you're looking at is a list of links.
right,
Do you know what happens when you click a link?
they get your data.
They get your data because there's a cookie.
Mm-hmm.
They store this little cookie. And then when you go to buy this jacket on Amazon or on another website, this website gets a commission. So, of course, the editor's choice is the $700 jacket because they're getting, whether it's 5% or 10% of that, they're getting a cut of it. So if 100 people buy that jacket,
Yeah,
they're getting a lot of money.
yeah.
So if you ever...
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, if you ever see, whenever I'm on the internet researching something and I come up and the results are one of these lists of things, I'm always very careful because there's other interests involved. Either they were supplied these jackets, so they're going to promote them, or they're getting paid on these links that you're buying them from. So I like to do my research differently.
Well, and I'll say this, I've never looked at Ski Mag's lists before, but I am a kind of a sucker for that kind of thing because, like I said, when I was buying my first gear, I literally didn't know what to get. So I was like, what is the best ski jacket that I can buy?
Yep.
Here's the number one. All right, well, that's
Done.
all around. Seems like a good choice. It'll last me several years. But I want to point out that there are some websites that do give you options.
Okay.
Switchback Travel. Have you ever looked at their website before? So whenever I'm looking for a new piece of gear, I will sometimes go to that website. I look all over the place, but sometimes I'll go to that website and I will peruse their review lists because they have like their best lists, and then they're like, here's some other good options as well.
Yeah, like honorable mentions.
Yes.
Yeah. I like to just look at the reviews on websites like Amazon because I'm just so wary when when I find these kinds of websites, and I don't do it much for skiing because, like I said, I bought my gear years ago. I haven't bought a new piece of skiing gear other than skis for years. But when I'm looking at like anything technological related, there's this review site called Tom's Reviews or Tom something, and this is what he does. And it may not even be him writing it. It could be a computer writing it.
True.
It could be programmed to do that with intelligence.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're getting people to click these links and they get a commission. So on like Amazon, these people usually own the jacket before they review it.
Right.
There are bogus reviews on Amazon, but I think there are algorithms in there that kind of sort those things out. And there are also people that do receive these jackets for free and then just give really good reviews.
Yep.
You got to sort
I've seen
those
that
out
before.
too.
I have.
Got to sort those out too. But on Amazon, we have hundreds, if not thousands, of people giving reviews. You get a much better idea of what the jacket's really like.
100%.
So I tend to stick with those kinds of researching.
Yeah,
criteria.
I think the moral of the story here is do your research, as cliche as that sounds.
Right.
You know, because the more you look into it, the more you're going to figure out, what am I looking for here? What do I like? Do I like how it looks? You know?
Do you have to try it on first, Jackson?
No.
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 So when you're buying this from a website, do you check to see if it has free returns?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I usually just size myself and then
Yeah.
I just buy the jacket, and
It's usually right.
it's usually about right. So I have actually not had to return any of the ski jackets that I've ordered.
Yeah. I've got a
has
very
been good.
strange body. Like, I'm very skinny, but my shoulders are wide.
Like Gumby. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right, yeah. So the problem is, if I order a size large, it fits my shoulders, but then it's like way too big on me, way too bulky. If I order a size medium, it's really tight. I can't move my arms. So sometimes I have to try things on, or I just suck it up and I buy it, and hopefully it works. But I did buy a Patagonia jacket last January, right before it got really cold. One of the best things I did was bought that jacket. It was on severe sale because it was like last year's color, and that thing fits perfectly.
Okay.
And it's not the size of what it got until I read the reviews. So they have these like fits true to size kind of deal.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So helpful.
Yeah, extremely helpful.
So
Yes.
helpful.
I always appreciate when I go and buy clothes off Amazon. It's like,
Yeah.
okay.
But you have to remember your body type too, because I'm not built the same way as you or the same way as other people reviewing. So I'll keep in mind, like, well, if someone says it's a little bit big, it's probably gonna be really big on me.
Yeah, exactly. Some people like the baggy fit though.
They do, yeah.
What
It's
is
coming
it?
back.
Steez? The Steez? You
I
ever
don't know
heard
what
that?
you're talking about.
You've never heard the Steez before?
No, Jackson.
It's a lifestyle, apparently.
I grew up in the baggy era, Jackson.
Look, Steez skiing. It's like
Sounds like something snowboarders would do.
it is. It's a very much a
Yeah,
snowboarder thing.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's like the baggy fits. You know, park skiers.
Yeah.
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 But park skiers do that sort of thing.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So search it up, Steez.
I don't want.
I'm not a Steezy guy.
I like my. I don't want to be blowing in the wind because if
I've seen dudes with like huge pants.
that would blow me right over.
I'm like, you catch a big wind gust,
Yeah.
and you're gonna get knocked.
Blow you right
It's
over.
like a sailboat, man.
It is. Yeah.
No, but not my style.
Yeah.
So I think we covered all our
Yeah.
ground.
Yeah.
On anything more to add on,
No.
on top ski
I
jackets?
mean, I am looking for jackets, so I will keep looking, and I'll
There you
report
go.
back at the next episode if I end up getting one.
Yeah, let me know.
I'll use your research material,
Research methodology.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
and I'll let you know what I get.
Okay.
But now's probably not the right time to buy it, unless I buy like an old. Like I would always buy last season's color.
Yeah. Look.
It's a color. It's a jacket. Like
Yeah,
who
you
cares?
don't need top of the line.
No,
But unless you're into that sort of thing.
I'm not.
All right.
I'm not very flashy. I drive a old car. No, I'm not flashy.
Well, that's kind of a vibe for the skier community.
yeah.
They love their old cars.
I always take my car to the ski lift
Yeah.
because I don't want to take my wife's brand new truck. Well, it's not brand new anymore,
Yeah.
but it's way nicer than my car.
Yeah.
It gets dings. You know how many people are so careless with their skis as they walk through the parking lot? really makes me mad.
Yeah, I have not personally been affected, thankfully, by
Yeah.
the swinging skis and snowboards.
My
but
wife
I'm sure
was,
it's bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, my wife was a student at Gettysburg College, and she was at Liberty one day and one night, and her car got scratched pretty good. This was a while ago, so that car is long gone. But
Yeah, if you don't know how to hold a pair of skis,
yeah,
I just sling them over my back, over my shoulder.
Yep. If you get the right center of gravity, that's definitely easiest.
If you can, that is like the easiest way to do it, because some people they carry it under their arms. I'll do that if I'm like not skiing.
Right.
But when I'm wearing boots,
Yep.
you know, and I'm trying to keep everything secure, just throw it over your back.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the people who they lock their skis together and then they put their poles opposing each other, and those little straps hang down, and then this one strap holds this side of the skis, this strap holds that side, and then you hold it by your handles, hold it by your sticks, and you hold everything together like a briefcase.
I've never seen that.
My brother does it.
Okay.
It's so
Seems
so
like
unique.
a lot of effort.
He's an engineer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, whatever works.
Moving on, Jackson.
All right, next topic. We've talked enough about.
I think I've hit this button right here, right?
Yes, hit the button, Michael.
Uh-oh. Are we going?
No, click it again.
Oh, this was pause
No.
until. This was pause until.
Yep.
Yeah.
Click it.
Oh no.
You moved it off the button.
There we go.
There you go.
Boom. How do you like your graphics? Do you like pause until button, or do you like play immediately?
I don't know. I just leave it as is.
It depends on
usually.
the graphic.
I don't have a preference.
Okay.
But sometimes I will say this for the time lapse.
You want to wait.
We're getting off topic here, but for the time lapse, I'm like, I need a pause.
Right.
Because otherwise,
it just plays.
Through,
Yeah.
you know? So
especially if it's your first graphic.
Exactly.
For the show.
Exactly.
Then it just starts playing.
Well, I think it actually works out. You can click play, and then it like freezes, and then you hit play on the clicker, and then it like goes through.
Right.
So it usually works out anyways.
Yeah.
But some graphics, I'm like, all right, I need you to stop right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
most
precision cast graphics are an example where I might put it right at the beginning. But.
Yeah. Yeah. Precision cast, I usually have pause until button. Unless I'm like running short. If I think I'm gonna be running short in time, I'll just let it play. Like if it's a weekend where there's no weather happening, just let it play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
What do we have here?
All right.
Wonder routes.
Wonder routes.
Routes or routes? Routes. It's routes.
Wonder route.
Wonder routes.
Wonder routes.
Depends what part of the country.
So now you have me confused.
Yeah.
I
say route.
I'm moving on. I'll figure it out. So Whistler Blackcomb, British Columbia.
I saw that. Yeah.
Another dream location of mine, by the way.
You have a passport.
I do. I need to update it, though. So Whistler Blackcomb in British Columbia is introducing Wonder Routes for the 2025-26 season.
Yeah.
This is from the website Snowbrains, an article on their site. This features 7 new curated trail networks designed to showcase terrain for all skill levels. This is from the article. It's a curated network of trails, waypoints, and stops designed for guests to uncover hidden gems. And so basically how it works is they have like these waypoints that you follow, and along the route it'll take you to like different views, different types of terrain. So like maybe you get a little bit of a taste of moguls or something like that. It might have a black on it, but like it gives you like a tasting of the ski resort. And Whistler Blackcomb, it's a big resort. The Wonder Routes feature more than 8,000 skiable acres, over 200 runs, 16 alpine bowls, 3 glaciers serviced by 35 different lifts. So
that's a ton.
It is. It's a lot, which makes sense though. And I wanted to get your thoughts on this because usually when you go to the ski resort, you know, I come with the plan to ski a bunch of blocks usually or whatever. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this terrain. I'm going to go to this part of the mountain.
You kind of plan it out?
Yeah, a little bit. You know, I'm like, hey, what do you guys want to do?
Right.
If I'm with a group. And then we go up, we do a bunch of lifts, return for lunch. and then I figure it out.
Right.
But this is like, all right, well, if you really don't know much about Whistler Blackcomb, this is your first time going, this is a way for you to kind of get a tasting
Yeah.
of what the resort is like.
I would like that. My question was, is this new terrain that opened, or is it just they're now giving like semi-guided tours? Like not a tour, but like they tell you
I
where
think
to
it's
go.
like a self-guided
Yeah.
ski tour. I don't think they're opening up like any runs.
That weren't previously open.
No. It's just like,
Yeah.
if this is what you're looking for, you're going to go on this route.
Yeah.
And this is what you're going to see.
I think that's a good idea, Jackson, because out there you need to have lots of rest stops.
Yeah.
Like you're not going up to the top, like the very, very top. I saw there's this like peak. You're not going to the top and skiing straight down to the bottom. There's so many ways to wind around, and you really have to because you get really tired really fast. That would never work around here. Could you imagine a self-guided tour of like Round Top or Liberty?
You couldn't do it for Round Top.
No, because it's just straight down.
Well, it's too small too.
Right.
So it wouldn't work, but it makes perfect sense for a big resort like Blackcomb or Breckenridge or Big Sky.
Right.
Or
anything out west.
Mammoth Mountain.
Yeah.
Out in the Sierras. Going back to the article, just to, I guess, clarify. So I guess each route, they have like a color-coded path. And they give you turn-by-turn directions. So it's like a GPS route, I guess.
Right, but it's like physical signs.
I'm not really sure.
So I'm not using my phone while I'm skiing. I never pull my phone out.
No. That's a great way to get into an accident.
Yeah, no.
But it guides you through, I guess, like different viewpoints, landmarks. It's tailored to any ski or snowboard level.
Right.
So, and they don't really they give a list of the different routes.
Yeah, I was looking at those lists. There's some cool peaks that they have there.
Top of Whistler Peak is one of them.
I would definitely try that. As long as there's an easy way down, I would just hope that before you get committed to one of these, they kind of tell you, hey, you have to be able to ski at least a black or at least a blue, whatever to get down.
Right. Well, so these guides, I guess, take 3 to 4 hours to complete.
It's like a whole morning.
It is your whole morning.
I'd be ready for lunch after
If you're like the average skier, well, the average skier doesn't ski probably more than like 4 hours a day.
Right. They go out before lunch, till lunch, or they go out at lunch till dinner, at the most.
If you're hardcore, you'll go like lift open to lift close, which is like, it's usually like, what, like 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.?
Right.
Which is like 7 hours.
Right. That would wear you down. That would wear anybody down.
For sure. 100%.
You need like a rest day after that.
So 3 to 4 hours is kind of a long time, but like I said, if you're going to be there,
yeah, I would.
You're probably going to be there for a while.
I would totally do that because I would not want to fly all the way out there with my gear just to like go up and down the same lift and the same hill the entire time.
Yeah.
I want to try new things, and that would be fun because if you don't want to do your research ahead of time, I'd rather go in there with an open mind, not knowing what I'm about to do, instead of having it all planned out. I don't like planning things.
For sure.
I just like doing.
Oh, me too.
Like right now.
I don't want to say fly by the seat of my pants, but I'll do the minimum amount of planning possible.
Yeah.
For the vacation, and then I just show up.
It's more fun that way.
Oh, 100%.
So much more fun. I'm not the kind that needs to have everything.
When I was a kid, right? So my parents would take me on vacation, and we'd wake up and they're like, all right, this is what we're gonna do at this time, this time, and this time. And as a kid, I was like, jeez.
I just want to sleep.
Or whatever.
Or let me go to the beach.
I'm like, why do we have to have an itinerary? Can't we just like hang out? So when we go, conversely, my parents would take me to the beach sometimes. And I'm like, well, we got no plan.
Right.
Do whatever you want.
Were you bored? Or did you have fun at the beach?
I had a great time.
I always had fun at the beach.
I had a great time. Well, so we would go to Corolla.
Right.
Or Kerala.
Yeah, that's what they say, Corolla.
As I've been told it's called Kerala.
Yeah.
But we go there for years. And we'd spend a whole week there, and there's no plan.
Right.
So you might wake up, go to the beach till like 11, go home, eat some lunch, take a nap, go to the pool for a few hours, chill out, do whatever you want, cook dinner.
That's vacation, man.
I know. And
Like-
so, like, that is like, to sum it all up, my ideal vacation experience. Not necessarily laying around and doing nothing, but like, hey, do whatever you want to do
In the moment.
whenever you want to do
Yep,
it.
in the moment. And I think I really I like that idea of having a guided tour because I don't want to plan it ahead of time, like we just said. And I think it'd be cool to try new things as you're going down the mountain because let's face it, you probably take more than one lift to get to the top. Like you're really getting up there if you go to the top. You don't even have to go to the top. You can spend all day like halfway up the mountain because it's just so big.
Well, and so when I went to Breckenridge back in March of this year, I was like, all right, I'm going to go to the very top. I'm going to go to the top of Imperial Mountain, at the Imperial Lift takes you to the top of Peak 4 or 5 or whatever it was. And it takes like half an hour at least to get up there.
Yeah.
Because you're taking one lift to the other, you're skiing over, you're taking another lift. And they're pretty fast about it. These big resorts are good because they don't have like the slow, dinky lifts. They have like the high-powered industrial ones. So
that should be a topic sometime. Ski lifts.
Oh, we'll chat.
I always look at them. Like I always just study them. Different brands.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the ones sometimes you got crazy ones like in Okemo, they have like a shield, a big orange shield that goes down. That's kind of weird.
It's just there's a huge range of lifts because here at Round Top you have like on Gun Barrel, right?
Yeah.
The oldest,
slowest,
2-man, 2-person, 2-human lift, where they do have little things for you to keep your feet up. They have those.
They do, but the main lift does not have, which
Minuteman doesn't.
I always enjoy putting my skis up on the.
You're not.
I try to rest my legs if I can.
But Jackson, it takes like a minute to get up there. I mean,
at Round Top it does.
It takes. Yeah, you're only going up like a couple hundred feet elevation, but it's funny because then there's at Round Top. Then you go over to the greens, like by the terrain park, or even like all the way over. There's nicer lifts. And then you get to Minuteman, that's a fast one. But all those lifts are they just move the same speed, right? Same speed. And then you go to a nicer resort, like in the Northeast, where they have like a clutch or something. Like they get disconnected from the main line, so when they come around, they slow down.
Yeah.
And that allows them to go really fast on the way up.
Right.
Right? Even the gondola at Stowe, when it comes down, it nearly comes to a stop when you get into it. And then, then it speeds way up.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And it speeds way up. So it's just interesting. There's such a wide range in ski lifts. But out west, I can only imagine. I've never gone skiing out west. My wife has. You have. But I imagine they're really, really nice.
Well, they're really, really nice. They're really, really big, too. It's like 7 or 8 person lifts.
Yeah. I just don't want to spend all day on a lift. So
you don't. But so you don't, though, because they're fast lifts.
Right.
So they don't take that long. And also, you don't really mind the view because you're like in the Rocky Mountains, for example.
And it's a nice break.
Wow, my gosh, this is so beautiful.
Yeah, that's where I'd want to rest my feet.
Yeah.
Because there's no way you're skiing down without taking a break. And if you are skiing down without taking a break, you're going to want to take a break on the way up.
Well, and I think a lot of people, I don't like sitting on the lift all the time because I'm like, oh my gosh, just take me to the top. But it's a necessary component of being a skier.
You're not walking up, are you?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I have done hike to terrain before.
Okay.
But I guess my point is, with all this, is, you need to take breaks.
Yeah, you do.
So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how this relates to talking about curated trails. But
ski lifts.
Ski lifts.
Yeah.
Look, it takes a while to get to the
top.
top.
But it's worth it.
It's worth it. Anyways, back to this article.
Sure.
One other thing I wanted to point out, they have a gold medal route.
I saw that for the Olympics, yeah.
It's tracing the legacy of the 2010 Winter Olympics in Vancouver.
I don't remember those Winter Olympics.
I can't remember any Olympics past
I remember Beijing. Beijing Summer Olympics was a huge one.
Really?
That was when Michael Phelps was swimming, I think.
I remember the athletes. I don't remember watching the Olympics ever.
Yeah,
until at least the 2010s.
I think Beijing was 2008, right? They go in years of 4. So I think it's 2008, maybe 2010, whatever the year was. But I don't watch the Winter Olympics. But that's cool that they're commemorating it with the gold medal path. You get to ski among the greats.
Yeah. I guess.
Yeah.
Feel like you're an Olympian.
Yeah, that's okay. Again, that's not why I ski. But if you're into it,
Look, you gotta pump up your ego, Michael. I'm just kidding.
If you're into it, I understand that it'd be kind of fun. Like if you watched it and now you get to go ski the same place, it's fun.
Yeah,
That's great.
true. Oh, this is why I want to go. I want to go ski Whiteface up in the Adirondacks sometime because I know that they hosted the Olympics there, and it's just my thought that if it's good enough for the Olympics,
Yeah. Be
it's
plenty
pretty,
for you.
It's pretty good. It's gonna be plenty for me.
Plenty
it's gonna
for
be.
you.
It's gonna be pretty good skiing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's cool. Well, it won't be long till we start going skiing. It's getting cooler.
End of the month, maybe.
Yeah.
If everything works perfectly.
You have to travel still. End of the month. You're not skiing around here. There's no.
Go to Jack Frost, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
End of November, I could see it.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that's about as close as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Yep. Hunter Mountain in New York.
Yep. That's still a hike.
It's about 4.5 hours away.
Yeah.
But they're definitely probably gonna be opening
That's exciting.
at some point in November.
Won't be long.
They had their first snowfall. I saw it on their social. They got flakes at the top of the mountain.
Was anybody getting snow with this low that's just parked up over the Northeast?
Parked up. I'm sure.
There's yeah, I'm sure like some of the higher elevations of Vermont or Maine have to be getting
Oh, 100%.
flurries, yeah.
Well, I mean, if the Catskills are getting snow,
Was that from this system that just came through?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a strong one.
It was.
'Tis the season for these.
Well, if it was a little bit colder,
Yeah.
that's what we always say, right? If it was a little bit colder.
Yeah. How much? This would have been so much snow.
Yeah, I saw somebody on post like it was like a storm that went through New England. It was when that people were calling the nor'easter or whatever, the nor'easter that went up the coast and it hit Massachusetts. And I guess it was like some Boston meteorologist was like, this is how much snow it would have been if it was cold enough, and it was like 10 to 20 inches, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because that storm obviously would have happened if it was cold.
Let's pump the brakes on the sensationalism here.
Yeah, I agree.
Look, the clickbaity posts couldn't be me.
No, never you, Jackson.
Nobody on this team.
No, this is respectable.
We pride ourselves
Respectable meteorology.
giving out the facts and the facts only.
Correct. Yeah.
No hyperbole. No
hyping.
No hype.
Yeah.
No hype forecasts.
That should be the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
No hype skiing.
Doesn't James Spann have a? Does he do the no hype for?
He's got weather brains.
Yeah, I thought somebody in the weather industry came out with
He's not really one to
like,
hype. Yeah.
with like some weather forecasting product, and they're like, this is a no hype forecast. We only give out the data.
I guess I don't know
That
about
could be
it.
anybody. That
Right.
could be anybody.
But I guess I don't know about it because it didn't ever got hyped, so it never got any traction.
Exactly.
That's all you have to do now is hype things to get traction. Like the algorithm doesn't care if what you're saying is right or not.
No.
It's whether you're getting clicks.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Yeah. Whatever. No biggie.
Yeah, we try to stick with the facts here on the Ice Coast podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You want to take a look at the current weather?
Let's do it. Yeah.
All right. I did the courtesy of checking around, see what the snowpack looks like
Okay.
across the area, and we've got 3 ski resorts open across the U.S. right now. They're all in Colorado.
I see this. Yeah. Look at that. Wow, they're getting some snow.
Keystone is one of them.
Yeah.
I think A Basin, Arapahoe Basin, is one.
Okay.
There's one other that is Winter Park, I think, is the third one.
Okay.
I think it's Winter Park.
Is this normal for them to be opening right now?
Yeah, they usually. So I've seen some of the Colorado ski resorts open mid-October.
Okay. That's probably abnormal.
Yeah, I would say so. But they did open. I think they opened in October. I don't think today's the opening day.
Okay.
Could be wrong about that, but I think they opened in late October.
There's some good, yeah.
I mean, look, check out
I mean, some of those highest points are over
Check
20
out
inches.
northwestern Wyoming.
Yeah. Is this map being stretched?
Yeah, it is because Wyoming.
Wyoming is not that big.
Wyoming is not that long. It looks like Montana.
Wow, Jackson.
But look, I mean, so Keystone, Winter Park, and A Basin are all like right around here. You can see the tops of the mountains.
Right.
They have the snow on it, which is where these places are.
Right.
You know, which is why they're open.
Right. Smart.
So exciting to see. We've got some activity. We've got skiers who are getting their first turns in.
Hitting
A little
slopes.
jealous. I got some friends who live in Denver. None of them are skiers,
Right.
so that makes me feel a little bit better.
Right.
But
So you're not missing anything. Yeah.
I'm not really missing anything.
Well, soon enough, this will start. We'll start showing Northeast maps.
100%.
Yeah.
We're sticking out west right now
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's all that's going on.
I know, but I'm saying, give it a month.
A few
Give it a
weeks
month.
ago, Mammoth Mountain, the Sierras,
Yeah.
got a little under a foot
Very
of
good.
snow.
Yeah.
So some of that snow is still sticking around. This is probably going to fill in more as we get through the next several months. But just to show you guys, we are getting to that time of the year, and we're going to have a big snowstorm at some point, I imagine, somewhere.
Who's we? Yeah.
Not here in the
The
Mid-States.
United States. The
Yeah.
United States will. Yeah. That's almost a guarantee we won't.
Yeah, you never know, Michael.
Let's just say we won't, and then maybe we will.
Look, at this
Reverse
point,
psychology.
at this point, anything over 7 inches is a big snowstorm for me because that has been the standard here.
And that was last winter.
That was last winter. That
was
was
January,
like mid-January. We had like 7 inches in Harrisburg.
Mm-hmm. That was the first time we got.
I was like, it was actually a legit snowfall.
Yeah. Came down quick.
It did.
It started in the
Well,
afternoon.
it was
done
one
by
of
the
those.
evening.
It was one of those thump snows.
Right.
So I can't remember the exact timeline, but it was like I was like at home, and it was like 1 or 2 in the afternoon. Basically nothing.
Yep.
And then like 2 to 5.
Yep.
It all
Snow came down.
It all
Temperatures
came down.
plummeted.
Exactly.
Yeah, that
and
was
so
fun. I was out walking with my wife and Bo at the time. We were up in the mountains, and it was. We got there. It was hardly snowing.
yeah,
And when we were leaving, there was like 4 inches. And
already.
we're trying to get out in the mountains with the truck.
That's crazy.
Kept the truck in 2-wheel drive
Where'd
the
you go?
entire way home.
Peters Mountain.
One valley down from that, Stony Mountain.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
We were in Stony.
Okay.
Yeah, it was beautiful though.
Yeah.
I love being out in that kind of.
I need to
weather.
go hiking sometime while there's snow on the
Yeah.
ground because I think that'd be
My
awesome.
favorite time to go.
Okay.
It's extra work because walking in the snow is hard.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know if you think about this, but I am less tempted to go hiking now because of all the ticks
Yeah.
around here.
Yep.
I'd much rather wait for them to all die off.
Yeah. I don't go in the woods from April through October.
Yeah.
It's usually November and on. And then you have to worry about hunting season. Now they allow hunting on Sundays. There's really no safe day of the week to walk. Just got to be careful. Archery hunting, you're fine. You're probably not going to have a problem. But once Thanksgiving comes around and rifle hunting starts, you got to be careful because
Well,
everyone and their brother goes out with the rifle.
If you stick to the big trails,
Yeah.
like I'm saying, like Peters Mountain, the Appalachian Trail,
Yep.
you're not really going to see any hunters out there.
Yeah. No, you're fine. Yeah.
For
I
the
stay on
most
the rail
part.
trails. Yeah, you'll be fine.
But yeah, hiking.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Until skiing starts.
until skiing starts.
Yeah.
Get my kicks in somewhere.
Yeah. Take your dog. Bo loves it.
I know. Well, so that's the other thing I'm thinking about. I'm like, I don't want my dog to get ticks.
Yeah,
Because
I keep him out of the woods.
She likes to go sniff everything.
Yep.
And she will go into the brush. She doesn't care.
Yeah.
In fact, when I was in North Carolina, I'll tell you a quick story. I was packing up my tent, and there was hardly anybody there. So I let my dog just roam around.
Right.
Who cares?
Yeah.
But there's deer around.
Tons of deer.
There are deer. I don't know how they got all the way out to Cape Hatteras,
Yeah.
but there are deer that hang around there. And I'd saw them the previous night around dusk. It's like, okay. It was dawn,
Right.
so I probably should have thought about it. But I was packing up my tent. I'm looking away from my dog, and I hear her bark.
Yeah.
And then I turn, and she's like halfway down the campsite,
Yeah.
chasing this
a
deer.
deer. Yeah.
And then she disappears, and I like ran down the street, and I was like calling her name out, and I hear a rustle in the brush, because it's like there's
Right.
the
Between
big,
each campsite, there's
there's
yep.
that thick
Yep.
brush that, so I can hear her rustling in the brush, and she like leaps out of the brush. She had like dove in all the way in there,
Yeah.
like trying to get to this deer. So she's a maniac.
Yeah. You gotta be careful.
But my point is, she's not afraid at all
Yeah.
to like. She doesn't care how thick it is.
Yeah.
She'll go in there.
Yeah, I don't know how many ticks there are in North Carolina, but I know
She
up
was
here.
fine. I
yeah.
checked.
Up here, you got to be
afterwards.
really careful.
I was like, all right, we're definitely checking you everywhere.
And past few winters, the ticks definitely become less active, but they don't die off anymore. We haven't really had a cold winter. Last winter we did.
Yeah,
but we don't really have these cold winters that really keep us safe for a few months.
Yeah, I know.
I keep a collar on Bo year round because I don't trust that they die off anymore because we don't really get cold.
Yeah.
Maybe this winter it'll change.
We'll see.
Hopefully.
Well, with La Nina.
Yeah, don't bring that back.
Warmer.
We don't need to talk about that.
Warmer and wetter, Michael.
We don't need to talk about that, Jackson.
You never know. You never know. Teleconnections do not define
It's true.
the forecast.
It's true.
They just give you an idea what the forecast
It's
is going to be
guidance.
like.
It is guidance.
Exactly. And if you remember, I actually saw a great post about this on social media that somebody was like, all right, this is what the SPC or the CPC predicted temperatures were going to be like for the winter in the Northeast versus how it actually turned out. And every year, the CPC, without fail, for like the past decade, has said it's going to be above average.
Right.
And
which is the safe bet.
Roughly half the time, or even a little bit more than that, it has been normal or below average.
Right. Yep.
So
yep.
That's not to say this year we won't see above average temperatures, but just saying, you know, long range forecasting, as you and I know, not the most, not the best, not always that accurate.
I will continue crossing my fingers that we have an actual winter.
We'll see. As long as I can ski, man.
Yep, we will.
All right.
We will.
This seems like a great place to close.
Yeah. Thank you all for joining us.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Jackson. Again.
I'm Jackson, meteorologist Jackson Chastain, co-host Michael Brullo. This has been episode 2 of the Ice Coast Podcast.
Bye.